Good morning, Valley Christian. This is Jordan Slager, and you're watching VCTV.
And here are your morning announcements. Evening of Praise. Don't forget, Evening of Praise is this Friday. Tickets are $10 at the door and $5 at the pre-sale. Girls tennis, if you're interested in playing girls tennis next year, please see Miss Admiral for information if you haven't already. Make sure you do that by this week. Seniors. Senior trip is right around the corner, so you need to buy your Catalina ticket for $55 at the high school office, along with turning in your yellow permission slip. Next year, if you're interested in Spanish 2 honors, the list is posted across from room 4. Also, there is a meeting this Friday, and if you do not show up to the meeting, your name will be taken off the list. So, please show up to the meeting. Guys tennis, please see Miss Admiral on Thursday to vote for your banquet and go see her at break. Seniors, please pick up your graduation tickets in the high school office this week. Remember, you need to have everything turned in, including library fines and things to turn into the business office. The East Coast trip, you guys have a meeting at lunch today in room C31 to watch an informational video and to learn some more details about the East Coast trip to Washington, D.C. and New York City. Track athletes, please check your email for a link to vote for your awards. The art show is happening at break, so please check out Christina On's art in the lobby of the Legacy Chapel. And lastly, AP Art History, you guys have a meeting on Monday at lunch in room 15. And also, don't forget juniors, next year seniors, you guys have your speeches today at lunch. And now, myself and Trent got a chance to sit down with a few teachers and ask them a few questions we were curious about their relationships, so please check it out.
It's no surprise that relationships are a big part of a high schooler's life. 61% of teens say they have been in a relationship. However, 60% of teens plan on breaking up with their boyfriend or girlfriend when they leave for college. Is it important to date in high school? How long should you wait to get married? Should you be friends with your spouse before making it official? These are some of the questions that most high schoolers are curious about, and we got a chance to sit down with teachers to find out their answers.
So I am here with Mrs. Pfeiffer, and she's going to tell me some things about dating. First off, what are some pros of dating in high school?
Oh, I think in high school when you date, it's the pressure is way less. It should just be about fun. I think group dating is the best way to go in high school, just to be comfortable, try new things, meet new people, but not the pressure of like, is this the person I'm going to marry or anything? Just keep it really low key, I guess, casual.
Okay, so I'm here with my new friends, Zeke and Eli, and I'm going to ask them a few questions about the wonderful topic of girls. Do you guys like girls?
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe and yes. You said yes?
Yes.
Do you have a girlfriend? You don't have a girlfriend? Do you think girls have cooties?
I don't even know what cooties are.
So I'm here with Mr. Bexfer, and he's going to tell me a little bit about his relationship that he is in right now. So, did you date in high school?
I did not. In fact, that wasn't a choice. It was just the options were limiting, shall we say.
So, did you date in high school?
I did. I dated a girl starting into my junior year and through our senior year. So that was about a year and a half, something like that.
Do you think dating in high school prepared you for your later life when you got married or when you met your wife?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think some people kind of bag on like high school dating, like, oh, it's pointless, that sort of thing. I don't think it's pointless if you're learning. I think everything is preparation.
What are some cons about dating in high school, though?
Oh, just the drama that goes with it and the gossip rumor mill. As soon as you go on one date with somebody or even everybody, just escalates it up to a really high level. So I think that the drama that comes with it is something I do not miss.
My high school relationship was a disaster. Like everything that could go wrong did go wrong, just in terms of not having good balance and priorities and knowing how to be mature enough to communicate. It wasn't necessarily her problem or my problem. It's just like the relationship didn't function well. but I learned a lot from those things, and it really helped me moving forward and, what it takes to have a good relationship. So as long as you're learning without making irreversible mistakes, I think, try it.
What was the hardest part, do you think, about the balance between like your girlfriend and like your friends, or how did that conflict?
I feel like we did a pretty good job, maybe almost by accident, of kind of protecting our boundaries, keeping our boundaries, keeping our friendships going outside of the relationship, and that was healthy. That's a good thing, just to have a healthy balance. And I don't know how we did that. It just kind of happened. We both had a really good sense, I think, of who we were, and that we weren't to
Right.
completely consume the other person in this relationship. So I think maybe that was it. We just had a healthy sense of where our boundaries were, and that we had friends besides each other.
A mistake I made was probably spending way too much time and emphasis on the first guy I was dating at the expense of my friends. And so then when we broke up, I felt like I was totally disconnected with my friends. I'd sort of neglected those relationships. So I think it's really important to keep that balance, so that in the eventuality where that relationship falls apart, you still have your friends too. Don't neglect them at the expense of a boyfriend or girlfriend.
How was that transition from like friends to more than friends? How did that go?
That's always tricky, right? Because there's always risk.
Yeah.
Because then what if it doesn't work out? Then you lose the friendship. I don't know a great way to say this, except without risk, that there's a less, not as good a chance of reward. So sometimes there are risks, and sometimes those risks are worth taking. So this was one of those cases where I just kind of said, hey, I think this could be something more. So went for it, and it's a beautiful thing. So, but yeah, it's tricky for sure.
At that time where you thought there was going to be something more, like what was the thing that you looked for, or like the thing that like kind of sparked that?
She was just a wonderfully godly woman, and it was it was in college, and it was one of those things that was like, is this somebody that I could really spend the rest of my life with? And it was like, yes I could. So decided it was worth the risk.
How old do you think you should be to have a girlfriend?
21.
21? Not any younger than that?
No.
What do you think?
16.
16 or older?
Yeah.
How old do you think you should be when you get married?
Maybe like 29.
29. What about you?
24.
24. Why 24? And why 29?
You need to be old.
Need to be old?
Yeah.
But I've actually dated a total of only one person, and I married her. So it's a pretty good success rate. So anyway.
So you dated in college?
Yes, we met in college. Yeah, we went to the same school, and we met in dorm leadership, actually. Yeah.
So you knew her, you were like friends with her before you, obviously. How long were you friends before you made it official?
Oh, we were probably friends for a year and a bit. A little bit more than a year. We were friends before we officially started dating.
When I got to college, I dated 2 people in college, and one I ended up marrying. So then it just becomes a little bit different, where you're looking for qualities in somebody that are a little bit deeper than maybe just having a lot of fun. Could this be a person I could spend my life with? Do we have a lot in common? Do we have similar philosophies on marriage and faith and family? So that became those questions I was asking who I wasn't asking in high school. I was dating non-Christians in high school because I went to a public school, and I wasn't thinking long-term about marriage, but when I was in college, definitely those questions came up.
I know you met your wife when you were in college, so tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I met my wife my sophomore year in college. She was a freshman, and so I was doing what the sophomore guys, right? Like check out all the, the freshman girls. My wife went to Valley Christian. She graduated here, and it was at Northwestern on a softball scholarship. And how did we meet? We really didn't. I saw my wife at a football game, and I thought she was hot. I kind of talked big stuff to my buddies. Oh, I'm going to ask this girl out, and oh, she wants me bad, and blah, blah, like macho sort of, fake macho sort of things. And so on a dare, I called her up and asked her out, and she said yes, and I'm not sure why, but I kept asking her out every week after that, and she said yes over and over. Eventually she said I do 4 years later, something like that. So that was, Tracy and my experience.
That's awesome. So you weren't really like friends with her before you started dating. You didn't really know her that well, right?
No, I did. I had never talked to her at all. I just asked her out.
What does it mean to marry somebody? If you want to like marry them, like what does that mean?
You're in love.
What is your best piece of advice you have for those in relationships or dating right now?
Right. Sometimes advice centers around looking for the right person, but I think dating is more about becoming the right person. So here's my best piece of dating advice. Become the kind of person that the kind of person you're looking for is looking for. Let me say that again. Become the kind of person that the kind of person you're looking for is looking for. Because it's not about becoming somebody that you're not, but becoming a better version of yourself. Sanctification is a process. This is a process too. So there it is.
What is your best piece of advice for dating in high school?
Oh, like I said, I think group dates are the best. I don't think high school, you can be exclusive, you can meet that person in high school. It's really dangerous to get serious too quickly in high school. Just keep it really casual and fun and not exclusive if you can help it without hurting somebody.
What is your advice for people that are dating in high school or currently in relationships, or anything you could tell them?
I have two big things I always talk about when I talk to my classes. We talk a lot about dating in junior Bible. And one thing is this, and it's kind of just random and stupid, but you're either going to get married or you're going to break up. And so what's the point? Sometimes think, well, I got to spend all my time with him. Like, well, if you get married, you're going to have plenty of time to spend time with him. If you break up, you're going to wish you hadn't. Like, it just kind of keeps the commitment level in check, I think, in terms of not going too fast. And my other big advice would be just balance. I see so many couples with just a big imbalance of priorities, and they lose focus on things that were important to them. I always say if it's the right person, right time, they're not going to take you away from the rest of your life. Family, friends, sports, activities, they're going to make everything you already do better.
All right. Well, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching this episode of VCTV. My name is Caitlin Albany. Have a great day.